I'm Jennifer Johnson, and I raise sheep for their wool.
Welcome to Whispering Pines Shetland Sheep Farm in western New York State, home to our lovely flock of soft Shetland sheep. We breed and raise our sheep to produce soft, crimpy wool for hand spinners to enjoy. Thank you for liking this video and for subscribing to our channel. Look at her. She is really going to town with this. She's created a path that's done this whole corner. Are you helping us watch the lambs? Alright, so while she's taking her sweet old time, although she looks like she's pushing now, I'm multitasking, which is never a good idea, but I can't help myself. So I've got the setup here for Rich to mix the Prohibit, the dewormer, because we're going to deworm those ewes before we put them out in the movable pen. So I'm going to head out there now and start working on the shelter, the temporary shelter for them, while I'm waiting for Hermione to have her lamb. Ooh, there's something going on there. So I haven't seen the bag of waters yet. I think that's what she's doing right now. It just takes forever. So while she's doing that, I managed to get the 3 ewes that I want to specially treat. English Garden, who's old, Juliette, who's crazy thin, and Sojourner, who is really thin. But now that I've got her coat off, I'm not as worried, but 3 is better than 2. So I got that done. Keep pushing. Let's take a look here. Keep going. Let's see what we got. Alright, we got a little foot. You're alright. During most deliveries, at this point, Rich and I are both out in the barn, but this particular morning, Rich had a really important call for work, so he wasn't able to be out here with me. So I'm going to be doing this delivery solo. This is me calling Rich. I've got a Pixel watch and just checking to see if he was available. So this is Hermione. She's a 3-year-old and a first-time mother, and she's progressing really rapidly. So I've got the lambing kit at the ready there. I just put it up on the railing as a panel. And I'm opening up the lambing jug, and eventually I'll be coaxing her in there. And all the ewes that I have not bred, the balance of the flock, are outside, locked outside, eating their breakfast. So it's not as chaotic in here while Hermione delivers her lamb.
Going up to get some straw.
So I'm going to head up to the loft and get another bale of straw so I can bed out her lambing jug just as soon as she has her lamb. I don't like to put the straw down until after the lamb is out because it distracts them. They start to thinking it's something to eat and they fiddle with it. Now look at her, how nicely she just walks right in there. That was totally unplanned. And since she decided to go in there, I closed it up, and then I still need to go up to get the straw. So here I'm looking for something to tie the pen just temporarily so I don't have to deal with the pin, so that she doesn't get out while I leave her to go with the straw. We use the latex gloves to keep the scent of other animals that we may have handled and our scent off of the lamb when we have to handle her, so that the mother doesn't get confused and she can really focus. And also, if there's any kind of bacteria or infection or anything, it protects us. Trying to get a hold of Rich again. Got my clean terry cloth towels ready to go. That just makes it easier to grab the lamb when she comes out. And the snot sucker. That ewe that's bleeding is Lucretia, and she is, it's just relentless. She bleats for no reason, out of the blue. She's got plenty of food, her lambs are with her, and she's just really setting my teeth on edge. Excellent contractions, licking her lips, pushing. This is right at the end here. She's doing a great job. So right now the head is out. So that last round of pushing is what... Oh, there it goes. Nice job. I just want to get it cleared out a little bit, and then I'm going to send her right over to Hermione to clean her up. girl, white. That went really smooth. So what I was saying was all the unbreds are now outside eating. I've got my 3, I don't know what I'm gonna call them. Let's see. What is that called in the hospital? I'm just kind of keeping them in the monitor. Got the scale brought around while she was in labor. Well, she's standing up, so there might be another one in there. Normally if Rich is here, we check, but I'm just gonna kind of let it go. See what happens. She's so cute. Nice if she just takes a quick look. Welcome. Welcome to Whispering Pines Farm. You hit the jackpot, Missy. We're gonna take good care of you. She started moving her mouth. Yeah. Welcome. I'm gonna go shut the door because I'm feeling a little breeze. It's a nice warm day, but you're doing just fine. Just fine. Yeah. You gonna stand off? I'm just gonna see how you got, what do you got here? You got a nice plug? That's good enough there. I'm so proud of you, Hermione. I love you. She will totally. all that dirt off of her and I can't stand it. So I'm already making police evaluation here. And what I'm seeing is it's not like there's hair on the legs there. Not as tightly coiled at the bridge. Already I can sort of see that. It's going to probably be a long staple length, just like Hermione. Maybe not as super fine as some of the other lambs we've had, just because it looks a little more open, but that's okay. It's going to be a nice fleece, I think. I want to get her on the nipple, but Hermione's not a friendly. This might be tricky without Rich here. You're a big lamb. You're a big girl. Yeah, good girl. There it is. Mom, this is part of the deal. Ooh. There. There you go. How's that feel? Come on. There. Oh, she's taking it right really good. Oops, she just fell off, but that's okay. Got a lot of motivation. Keep falling off. There we go. All right, there we go. That's the stuff right there. Got to sneeze. What do you think, Paige? You got another one in there? It's a big lamb. Do you mind if I just take a quick little peek? Just look. Just gonna look. Juliette, I didn't take you for the squawker. And there was one. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to scare you, sweetie. So Lucretia, but she was kind of looking weird this morning, so it'd be nice if Belva's bred, but I'm not seeing it. Got everything done except for the umbilical cord. Checked her, didn't feel anything. So I'm waiting for Rich. Rich had a call at work, so he wasn't able to be there for this one. So when he comes out of his meeting, we'll do the umbilical cord and just do a last check. But now I'm going to move this hideous makeshift shelter that is from a crate that my handling system came in. And I kind of repurposed it last year as a little shelter for the rams, and it worked really good, and I was able to move it easily enough with my cart. But I want to replace the tarp, so I'm going to do that now. And first thing I want to do is just kind of get it out of this kludgy area. I had it there because last year I was using it as a barrier for breeding group setup, but I don't need it there now. So that's where it's going. Scary, isn't it? This is roughly 1 hour after the lamb has been born, and you can see it's already up and walking and wagging its tail. So Rich's meeting got out, and he came out to help me. Right now we're doing the iodine on the umbilical, which sterilizes it and helps it to dry up faster, prevents infection from getting up in the umbilical. We always do 2 sloshes of iodine. I don't know, it's just our routine. That's how we've been doing it for years. Okay, so now what we're doing is we're setting up the scale. So there's the weigh scale part, and there's also then the meter that I have to connect, and that's got the display and tells you what the weights are and stuff. As I'm looking at it now, I don't like how the scale isn't really level. I should have brought a board and set it on. The scale is actually usually back on the concrete floor in the new edition, but so I'm closing up all the doors here just in case somebody gets loose. These 3 ewes haven't really been handled all that much, so this is totally new to them, and they are going to have some stress. So shutting all the doors is just another level of security that we like to do. And then here I am making notes. I have an index card that I wrote down the 3 names where I was going to write down their weights and then their dosage. And then they've been in convalescence for a month. We can weigh them again and see if they're having an effect. So here we tore out my weight so that it's now at 0 with me standing on the scale. And then you put the U on there. I try to stand up straight to keep the scale balanced. And then the scale
41.
Sort of settles in and it gives you the weight. So Juliette is 41 pounds, which is really light. She's got some weight gaining to do here this summer. It's really important to get a good weight with Shetlands because they're so small that the dosages are, they're so incremental by pound. So we have to really make sure that we get an accurate weight. That binder that Rich had has a chart with all of the weights and the dosages to make it easy so he doesn't have to calculate it on the fly. Now it's English Garden's turn to get on the scale and get her meds. So after all of them were dosed, I brought them out and put them in this shelter. Juliette's trying to get out for some reason. She's just uncomfortable. She doesn't like it. Sojourner is halter trained, so that makes it a lot easier to lead her into the pen. But Juliette got out. So what I decided to do was go and get English Garden and put her in the pen so that Sojourner and English Garden weren't going to have to be by themselves and get all stressed. So I ignored the fact that Juliette was at large, running around in our backyard. She wasn't going to go to the front. She was going to stay where the flock is. And you can see her. She kind of runs along the fence line. That's normally what they do when they get out. My biggest fear is that she'll run out to the road and some disaster will happen. So that's always a big stressor. Secure the panels so that these two can't get out. I'm not gonna go get you. Trying not to lose my cool. Our favorite form of bribery. So I'm going to set up a can of grain, which of course is going to set off everybody when you hear the bag rattle. But putting down the grain in the barn, that'll lead Juliette into the barn because she loves grain. They all do. And the four-wheeler. And now I'm going to head over and get the four-wheeler out of the barn to use that to chase her because I'm old and I'm not running after a Shetland ewe who's a lot faster and more agile than me. What I'm going to have to do is go around the back of the property and come up from the south end because she'll just run down this lane the wrong direction. So I'm trying to push her towards the barn is what my strategy is here. Unfortunately, this lane is narrow and there's a thick hedgerow to the right that she won't go into. But yeah, she's just going to hang on the fence line there with all her buddies. Trying to figure out how to get in there. I always feel kind of bad for them when this happens because I can imagine they're really stressed out. And these girls are all amped up now too, of course. There she goes. There's no way I'm going to catch her. The Shetlands are really agile, really fast. It's really difficult to catch them when they're out at large. So I'm trying to chase her and lead her into the barn, coax her there so that she can get that delicious grain. I didn't realize I had a bald spot on the top of my head until I just saw this footage. Even my friendly ewes in these situations, they're not going to let me come up to them. They want to take advantage of their freedom. But there she goes, into the barn, problem solved, crisis averted. So I can carry her because she's only 40 pounds. Just makes it a lot easier. Get her in that pen with the other two girls. But we got them all three back in there. Got everybody else totally amped up. Open up the barn. I almost think that's it. I probably should feed the rams. They have pasture now, but I'm going to give them some hay. Need to give the girls some water. I'm going to tie that gate a little bit better. Later on today, I'm going to fix the tarp around that shelter. Because I'm done rooing. Rooing is finished for 2024. Okay, well, I think that's going to close out today's video. I really appreciate you stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of stuff happened today. And I hope you can come back soon.